Hey folks, Monster Matt here, and welcome to Impossible Creatures. I have a lot of love for this game. I played it a lot when I was a kid. It has a lot of nostalgia for me. Hopefully you guys enjoy it too, although, granted, it probably hasn't aged quite as well as I'd hope. The graphics certainly won't be anything to write home about. The voice acting is, I'd say, actually pretty decent, especially given the time that it came out in. It's a real-time strategy game, so you'll be seeing me moving units around the map trying to kill stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoy. The story is there. There's an actual story mode, which is basically what I want in these games. It's kind of old-timey. I think it's set in the mid-1900s somewhere, I think. My memory is very bad. But hopefully you guys enjoy it, and you'll see why it's called Impossible Creatures real shortly. Tutorial first? Yeah, no, I'm good. I remember at least that much. It's only the first step that is difficult. Marie de Vichy Chacon. I hope I pronounced that right. I might not have. And see, the good people over at Nordic Games remastered this game and got it working on more modern equipment. Oh, Relic. I miss you guys. I haven't seen you around in ages. It's all like film noir-y at the start. It's great. I'll shut up now.
From the Journal of Rex Chance, dated June 8th, 1937. For years, I thought my father was dead. Dr. Eric Chanikoff, the infamous scientist who disappeared almost 30 years ago after being exiled from the scientific community. All I knew of him is what a handful of old newspaper clippings told me, and that's never been enough. Until today, when I received a letter that turned my world upside down. My son, at last I found you. I've been on these islands for years, working in exile, to protect both you and myself. But I'm growing old. I'm sure I have many years left, but I don't want to take any chances.
Because that's not ominous.
To look on the face of my son before it's too late.
Super ominous.
Austin Julius, the man who saved my life, and has been my confidant all these years, found you at my request. I want you to know the truth. Your father, Dr. Eric Chanikoff.
P.S. My benefactor friend guy probably killed me. Just now. Like, after sending this. Oh, yeah. Is it time? Is it time to travel by map? It is.
The coordinates provided to a small and frigid little rock in the southern region of the Isla Variadas island chain. A stretch of virtually unknown islands nearly 1,000 miles long, lost in the vastness of the South Pacific, and owned by the wealthy industrialist Upton Julius.
Oh, I'm so happy. Also, this is really loud. I need to turn it down at some point, but I'm so happy. Yee! Okay. Look at those graphics. Look at that flat gray ocean. It's so beautiful. Oh my god. The windows are like phasing in and out.
The building had been deserted. There were no signs of my father.
Except for all the lab equipment where he probably worked. You know, that might have been a sign. Come on, Rex, you're a journalist. Use those eyes. Need to find the subtitles thing also. Apparently there aren't any in these cutscenes, but there were in other cutscenes. He's being watched by Polygon Face. No! I'm sorry, I need to stop bashing it. I mean, I love this game to pieces, but like I said, the graphics have maybe not aged the best. I would love to see a redone version of this game. Like, even the same audio, but, like, to better graphics. I would be over the moon about that. Like modern, updated graphics. It would look phenomenal. Screwed up, but phenomenal. It's a bug tiger! Gasp! Alright, I'm gonna actually attempt to have, like, gravitas and shit now. I've had my fun. Oh, that face. I'm sorry. Play fetch? Play fetch? No? No fetch. Oh. He did fetch. Good boy. Peace out. Yes, we made it out. We're fine. We're alive. We survived that. We're good, right? Hi.
Rather beautiful, aren't they? They're products of the Sigma technology. The perfect blending of two separate animals. Far superior to anything you'd find in nature.
So...
Interesting,
Emperor Palpatine, is this your
look.
winter retreat?
Obviously in the wrong place. I'm looking for a man.
Yes. You're here to find Dr. Chanakov, your long-lost father.
What's going on here? Who are you?
Upton Julius at your service.
Oh, your back must have been thrown out when you did that, little bow.
Aren't you a friend of my father? Where is he?
You should be more concerned about yourself, Mr. Chance.
Because I'm clearly an asshole.
I've got no quarrel with you, so you can call off your crossbreeds.
Crossbreeds? So narrow-minded. The Sigma technology does far more than crossbreed. It combines fears, Mr. Chance. Compounds terrors. A fact you'll understand soon enough. Collect him.
So...
He must be alive, but he needn't be.
So after he was thrown down the ventilation shaft of the Death Star, apparently Palpatine decided to go be a Batman villain. It compounds fears. Is that a dart gun?
Get him! Get him!
Hurry.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry there, Upton, but if all it takes to defeat your Super Scorpion Wolf Pack is...
And I will capture Mr. Chance, regardless.
Seriously though, like if all it takes to defeat these things is flipping them over your head because they can't pin you down properly, and a dart gun,
I don't know who you
not
are,
that
miss,
scary.
but thanks.
I'm Dr. Lucy Willing, a friend and colleague of your father.
You know my father? Where is he?
No, Rex.
Yes,
I am your father.
The fans have overheated. We must have blown a rotor.
What can I do?
Just hold on.
I think Dr. Lucy Willing was actually my first exposure to an English accent when I was a kid. So, if I have any appreciation for those, it's probably her fault. Also, ask a few of my friends, if ever you actually meet them, or if I ever have the long hair, which I might not, but who knows. But for years, I would at random just say regardless as regardless, and that's Julius's fault. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened. It just did.
But I need to know what's going on here.
I'll shut up now.
I can explain everything, but first I need your help if we're going to survive.
You saved my skin. I'll be happy to help any way I can.
I'll need some time to repair the lab so we can get off this island. But Upton's goons will be looking for us.
Yes, they
There's
will.
a village not too far from here. They've no love for
Oh,
Julius and his
that's
men, and may
right.
offer to help us. Also,
I
check
forgot
the
about the
village
incredibly
website.
racist
There's a
villages.
dart rifle to collect a
Oh,
genetic
no.
sample from them. We can use those samples to put together some creatures to defend ourselves. Grab the dart gun and radio, and let's get to work.
I mean, granted this is a period thing, it's in 1937, but, like, there are some pretty racist things that happen in this game. I forgot
You mean
about
like
that.
those monsters that attacked me?
Oh,
Combined
no.
creatures are a scientific marvel. Hardly monsters.
Big claws, poison tail, giant pincers. I don't have a dictionary handy, but monsters seems appropriate.
Rex is mouthy like that. You'll learn to love
Sounds
him.
like a plan.
Alright, so we have our little thing. We have our coal in the top left, our electricity, our creature cap. Different things down here that aren't really doing much, all that right now. We're going to go out and gather... What are we gathering? Have Lucy start gathering coal and take Rex to the village. Oh, I'm not doing anything like that yet. Never mind, I was doing things I didn't need to be doing. What am I
If you
doing?
ever want to know what to do next, just click on the objectives button.
I'm good, thank you, dear. Thank you, Lucy.
Yes, right away.
Why did I call her dear for? I don't know. Shut up. Just gonna go ahead and bind Rex to Group 1 and Lucy to Group 2, just so I can get to the easier later.
What would you have me do?
Behold, the racism. Actually, no, yeah, no, it's this one. Yeah, it's this one.
What do you want?
You speak English. Great. Me, friend. Me need help.
You don't say.
Smooth,
Our
Rex.
magical,
Real
flying
smooth.
machine has broken.
You mean that hover train your lady friend has been hiding here for the last week? We've been meaning to talk to you about that. Ever since she's shown up, it's caused us nothing but grief. 2 men are looking for her. They're sending crazy beasts. They smash our igloos and eat our sled dogs. We had to build a fire in the pass just to keep the animals back and stay alive. But we're running out of wood. There's a big beast up near our temple that's developed a real taste for sled dogs. And we're all out of sled dogs. Say, why don't you help us out and get out of here?
Believe me,
Yeah.
we're trying. Listen, you mentioned 2 men looking for the lady I'm with. If I help you fight off those animals, will you tell me what you know about them?
I guess so. But hurry, we don't have much time.
Like, I'm sorry. You walk up to someone and, like, they speak English, and the first thing you do is question their intelligence.
Out here for a
Bad
while.
move.
That men are looking for you. What have I gotten myself into?
Julius showed up about a week ago and took your father. I was out on a survey mission
Aha.
and avoided capture. Julius
We
has
caught a skunk. So basically, to create these creatures, I have to harvest DNA. And then I can use the creature chamber to smack them together into all kinds of weird and funky combinations. Although, to my regret, you can only do a combination of 2 different creatures. If I could do more, I would. It'd be awesome. But you can't. So the skunk, it gives you a little information thing about, you know, what the kind of things the animals, you know, its different habits.
been ever since.
I'm not gonna bother reading those too much because, you know, if you really want to know that kind of stuff, there's books and Wikipedia and,
I
you know,
honestly
Animal
don't
Planet.
know. Just that all this started shortly after your father sent a letter to you. That's how I knew you were coming. My hope was that you could help me find him. He means a great deal to me.
To me too. I'll do what I can, but how can we fight off Upton's creatures?
With creatures of our own.
Sounds like a plan.
New objective, boss.
And the guy talking like that will be revealed
Objective
in the
done.
next mission, I
Great
think.
work, boss.
I'm on it.
Alright. So every map has a certain number of creatures on it, and I think 4 is this first one. Yeah, the coyote, the porcupine, the mountain lion, and the skunk. So we can create animals with those 4 just to start with.
Right.
You can basically assume that they're going to be cheap animals that aren't going to be, you know, aren't going to do all that much for you because, you know, it's the start of the game.
That shouldn't be a problem.
So we're going to build our creature creator, and then I can start smacking things together. I can do it now, I guess, but I don't really need to. No, I can't. Never mind. It does not unlock that feature yet.
Combined creatures like the ones Julius had are a product of the Sigma technology. Something Dr. Chanikoff and I have been working on for several years. With this lab, we can use the samples of the animals you've collected to design combined creatures to defend our base. Press the Army Management button to go to the Army Builder screen and design some creatures.
I kind of love these old games too because they they do the whole press the insert thing here button to go to this page, and it's like, oh, games don't do that anymore. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a good thing because I mean it is kind of clunky game design. There are better ways to do it, but you can always tell like the game came from like the 90s especially. It did that a lot. All right, so the combiner, 2 animals. What do we want? All right, so basically, the coyote and the mountain lion are the most straightforward. The mountain lion being the biggest and the strongest. You can tell because it costs more is generally how it works. I guess not always, but generally. But some animals have special qualities that make them cost more. So the cheapest of the cheap ones we have are the level 1 creatures, the coyote and the skunk. They are our dirt cheap units. The coyote is your basic, you know, go here bite stuff unit. It has you know, a decent bite attack that is better than the other ones. But the mountain lion has 2 attacks. I'm not really sure how that actually contributes to the overall DPS. I don't know if the attacks work on different timers or what, but basically every animal has different. Well, not every animal. There are going to be some animals that are basically just straight upgrades of previous animals. That kind of happens. But essentially, they're all different. They all have different characteristics, different health, defense, speed. Some can swim, that comes in later. Some can see farther than others. Some are bigger than others, and some have better melee damage than others. So the coyote actually has pretty decent melee damage compared to most things, and it's cheap, so it's a pretty good base unit. The skunk's thing is it has a defensive stink cloud that stuns enemy units. The mountain lion's thing is it has a leap attack, which means it gets into close combat, doing extra damage on its first attack and guaranteeing that it attacks first. So the coyote and mountain lion is a pretty potent combination because it lets them get in first, do their damage, and get and gives them that initial charge. They're kind of like a cavalry unit, I guess, in that regard. But you know, basically they are most effective up close and for prolonged periods. Plus, you can combine the mountain lion's claws with the coyote's bite because see. This little box here explains to you which part of the animal renders you that melee attack. So, let's go with coyote and mountain lion just for the sake of a good, solid first fighting unit. It'll, of course, give you a name that it tries to combine. The Koyane lion is a bit of a mouthful. We'll worry about that in a minute. But see, you can toggle it here. It's just a full coyote, but it's like bigger than a man for no particular reason. I mean, even the animals themselves aren't really that big. I'm not sure why they are. But I guess a side effect of being put through the Sigma process is it makes the animal unusually large to start with. But right now, as a full mountain lion, it has the claws and the bite, which, you know, are not the best it could have because the coyote's bite is better. So you swap it out. Give it the head of a coyote. All of a sudden, it has claws and a bite attack. Its damage has gone up 4 points, but the cost increases at the same general rate. It costs more coal, it costs more power, but and it even loses a little bit of health because the mountain lion is actually superior defensively. So you gain things, you lose things. One of the advantages to this, though, besides the bite, is keen sense. They can detect camouflage and digging units, so it is strategically useful as well. So you kind of play around with it. If you want it to cost less, you can basically put in things like this. You can give it the torso of the coyote because it will lower its health and defense, but it will also lower its cost. Tail doesn't really matter. It's kind of a choice of, you know, aesthetics, whatever you think looks best. So we're basically just have a coyote with the legs of a mountain lion right now, is all that really amounts to. I kind of want to give this thing the extra oomph, but it looks especially weird like that. Kind of. I mean, it doesn't really matter what it looks like, does it? We'll be zoomed way up in bird's eye view mode, so it probably doesn't matter all that much. Is you gonna move there, buddy? The cat one started running immediately. Then this guy's just sitting there looking at me. Yo, buddy. Well, whatever. They're meant to be cheap units. They're meant to scout. This is probably fine. Now, for a name, there it goes. I'm not real sure if I want to actually name this thing anything in particular, because, like, what am I going to call it? Abomination number 1? I'm not real sure. The Koyane line will do for now, and you get some pretty screwy names later anyway. So look forward to that. So the Koyane lion, and if you guys have any particularly clever names you'd like to add into this one, be sure to let me know. Now, I could go ahead and I could make another thing. The porcupine, for example, has a ranged attack, which is interesting. It can actually fire quills at stuff. Now, it's got really good defense, but it's also really it tends to be expensive because it has almost the same coal cost as a mountain lion. Yeah, and more electricity cost. So it's a very costly unit. The poor coyote. But basically, you can have it have the quill, which is the head attack, and the tail strike if you wanted to. But melee honestly doesn't matter all that much to the this thing. You don't want to get that close. This is about as cheap as you're gonna be able to get it too. And man, those front legs. Oh my god, what have we done? Oh, it's horrifying. Like, again, this is an older game, and I'd love to see this thing redone with some better technology, because that is literally just like the same shape as the porcupine's body, just a big bear coyote butt. That's terrible. Oh wow. So yeah, I mean, like the damage of range attacks are determined by the size of the creature, and like the coyote doesn't really give anything to the size. So if we're going purely for speed and purely for just range attack, this is probably the best way to go about it. Maybe with that as well. I know that looks weird. Oh wow. All right. Well, you know what? Just in case, you never know. I don't think I'm gonna use it, but we got it just in case we do.
Great job. Now you can build creatures of that type anytime
Yes,
you want.
Lucy, I
in the
understand
creature
that.
chamber. As long as
Please
they
don't
have enough
patronize me.
resources, that is.
Oh, they're
Excellent.
both level 2.
I
Oh
should
boy.
send some creatures to defend the village. Those fires were getting pretty low.
Yeah, great, but
Maybe we
guys.
need to design some tougher,
Yeah,
meaner
yeah,
animals,
that.
Rex.
Good, okay.
If you click on the lab, there's some new research available that
Yeah.
will enable us to build level 2 creatures.
All right, so as you just explained, there are different levels to your creatures. I mentioned briefly before that animals are classed into different levels depending on how tough they are, but you need to be able to research them in order to actually use them. That's the catch. Fortunately, level 2 is pretty low on the list. It doesn't cost us all that much to get to, and so we'll get right on that. Come on now.
Level 2 research is complete.
Objective done. Great
This
work,
will make
boys.
some coin lions and some poor coyotes. Just call them porkies. Oh, Wilies and porkies because they're coyotes and they're yeah. Porcupines. Never mind. Oh boy. I know we're on some kind of a timer here as well. I'm pretty sure that it'll be like, oh, you're out of time. Yeah, this.
The fires are dying out.
I've noticed. Oh, Panic at the Disco. Alright. Are we ready to go there, horrible creatures of mine? Not quite. Those villagers can hold out for a minute, right? They're fine. They got this. Bless you. Sounds like they're sneezing. I love that. Alright, one last one, and off we go. Let's roll. Yeah, they tend to walk in slightly dumb fashion. Alright, so the leapers are gonna get up there in front.
The critters are
You guys
under
faster or
attack.
slower? You're faster, that's good, okay. Let the melee guys go first, please. Thank you. Rawr, rawr, rawr.
The critters are under attack.
Speak a fluent coyote. Hey, no, whoa. So they have the same units that we seem to. Except those I think are wolves.
This coal pile has been
Whitey Hooten's goons. Okay, well that's not. I don't know what that is. What's a Whitey Hooten?
Yes, I'll get on
No,
that
no, no, don't go
right
in there.
now.
Get out.
The critters are under attack.
Want you to fix
What
it.
would you have me do?
Fix the lab. It's broken still,
Science.
isn't it? Or fight the polar bear thing. Polar box, did that say? Oh, an ox. A polar bear and an ox. Polar box. Nice. Get in the fuck box.
Objective done.
Well, that was
Great
easy.
work, boys.
Remember that being harder for some reason. Maybe because I was like 10. Or however old I actually was.
Now that those creatures are dealt with, tell me what you know about those men.
All right, they're on the next island over. The water between the two islands freezes most nights, which is when they send their creatures.
So we can probably expect some company by morning. Lucy, can we get the repairs done by then?
Yes, but we don't have enough fuel to get the lab off the ground.
That's
Fuel?
bad.
There's plenty of fuel on the other island.
Great. Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye now. Anything to get rid of you troublesome people.
What's that? You say something there, buddy? Just like I feel like Rex means well, but he accidentally ends up being like that horribly racist tourist who's just like completely doesn't realize he's being a complete ass. Can I save here or do I have to go on to the next one? At the risk of fucking this up, what does this do? Can I just Yes, I can. Okay, good. All right. So this is where we're gonna leave it for now. I'm super happy and excited just to be able to play this game again because it's been a long time. Hopefully you guys enjoy this too. It's a great game. It's got a lot of humor to it, very 90s humor. So you might have to, brace yourselves for some dad jokes and bad puns and all that kind of thing. But I am going to enjoy it. Hopefully you guys will too. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like down below if you want to see more. And of course subscribe if you're stopping by for the first time and like what you see. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Monster Matt out.